It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Right now, we're launching a brand new Expresso feature, one that makes me as a new parent very excited. It's all about moms and babies and dads and the challenges that come along with the process of bringing a beautiful bundle of joy into the world. Now, joining us this morning is author and founder of Parenting with Saints, Meg Faure. And today we are starting at the very beginning, obviously pregnancy, and we're focusing on that moment where the doubt starts setting in, and there are many, many doubts. So if you're online right now, I want you to head over to our Twitter page at Expresso Show, where we are running a poll. We want to know, did you have a boy, but you actually wanted a girl, or the reverse? Were you wanting a girl, wanting a boy and had a girl? Let us know, and I think the results are going to be quite interesting. We'll hopefully get to that before the end of the show. Meg, thank you so much for joining us.
It's great to be here.
And if you want to give us a shout as well and have a chat, 021-430-9881, that is the number to dial. We'd love to hear from someone who's going through this right now. Are you pregnant as we speak and having any doubts? Meg is a genius. I've followed so much of what we speak about on the show as doctrine in my own home because it's been so useful. So thank you so much for that. This is a pretty touchy subject.
It is.
And people might laugh it off, but it terrified me when I thought I was having a girl, but that's all my own baggage. And then we actually had a boy, and you've never heard a whoop whoop coming out of the gynecologist's office like that. But how does one deal with that? What is actually going on? And especially focusing on what women are going through in that process, which I obviously can't weigh in on.
Yeah, I mean, many years ago, we wouldn't have known what we were having because we
Yeah.
didn't have tests. So, you know, you'd kind of maybe have an expectation or a wish, but you'd have to deal with it at birth. The difference is now that we can actually find out in pregnancy. So people really do start to have strong emotions around, do I want a boy, do I want a girl? Sometimes it's cultural. So in some cultures, one or other gender is more desired, especially if you're only having one child. So for instance, in China, where if you can only have one child, people really wanted to have boys. But in other cultures, you know, it might be that the girl is more desired. So people do have strong feelings around it.
Do you think knowing is better?
It depends.
When you look at the psychological effect.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, for instance, a friend of mine actually had 2 boys, and she wanted a girl desperately. So much so, and she'd never found out with the others what she was having. And she phoned me and she said, should I find out? And in her case, I said, yeah, go find out. And the reason was that I knew that if she really desperately wanted that girl, and on the day of the birth found out it was a boy, she might have a moment of disappointment and possibly not connect.
On that day.
On that day. So she went and found out she was having a 3rd boy, and it really did, for a couple of weeks, she really grappled with that emotion around, I'm never going to have a daughter, you know. So people do have strong emotions.
And it's not just your emotions, it's the family's emotions as well. Yeah, I think something that really hit me is that there's so much baggage that comes with a child that often when the baby is born gets swept away, but building up to that.
Yeah.
Is family expectation an issue in this case?
Yeah, I mean, it's family expectations, it's your own expectations, it's society. We kind of build this picture around having a baby that's romanticized by commercials, and it comes along with the family as well. You know, granny really wants a granddaughter to dress in pink, and grandfather wants his name continued for another generation. And so families really do provide more pressure to the poor mom and dad who have their own emotions to grapple with as well. And
then the baby arrives and it's a whole different kettle of fish. We'd love to hear from you if you are going through this right now yourself. 021-430-9881. Are you feeling that pregnancy doubt at the moment, or did you have a boy but you really wanted a girl, or vice versa?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Back in our favorite place, the kitchen, and if you're feeling a little bit peckish, we're about to take a sandwich to a whole nother level with something that as South Africans I think we all know and love. This morning we're making a jaffle.
Can I say a beautiful, it's a clover cremonnaise, a smoked chicken, a jaffle. It's a beautiful thing.
I don't know why we always say do this.
I don't know why. I also don't understand it, but we're going to use these hands now to make the whole thing.
We are.
Can I be like your chef coach now?
You can be my sous chef, so
Okay.
I'll tell you exactly what we need. All right, so
Good.
we're going to need our clover cremonnaise. This is the pièce de résistance. It brings the entire treat together.
Oui,
Then
oui.
we've also got some Parmigiano cheese. We've got some bread slices, white bread. We've also got some smoked chicken. We've got some mozzarella, and then we've got pepper dews, and we've got some salt and pepper to taste. We want the mozzarella because we want the cheese pull. There's nothing like the cheese pull. And then you've got your apparatus
The
over here.
jaffle iron. This
Do you know
is
how to
so
make a
cool.
jaffle?
Yes, I
All
know.
right.
Yes,
So getting
sometimes.
into our recipe, we just need a little dollop of clover creamonese just for our Parmigiano cheese to make a little bit of a paste over there, not too much. And then we're going to go for 2 big dollops.
Yes.
You know what? Actually, this is not going to. I need to get in
Just
here.
get that. You see,
This-
this is why you're the best cook ever. Like,
Do you
and I've
think
always
so?
wanted you to cook for me, and it's happening today in Expresso, and I'm really excited about it. So thank you so much.
Listen,
Oh, my word.
I'm here for you.
All
Okay, do you
right.
want to mix those two
Yes,
together
indeed.
and put in
I'll
our
make sure to
other
mix
ingredients
everything
as well?
Together. So there's some beautiful pepper juice here that I picked myself this morning, and also pickled over the past couple of weeks to make sure that it's amazing. And then I'm going to use some of these mozzarella. Is so important for a jaffle because you wanted that stringy effect, though.
Yes.
You don't just like want that sort of normal type of like bite in. You want to actually leave some sort of remnants there, which is very, very important. Let's get that all in there, and let's mix it up like a DJ would.
Mix it up. If you would like our recipe this morning for our clover creamonese smoked chicken jaffle, all you have to do is SMS the keyword clover to 33728, and we'll gladly send you the ingredients list and the recipe, and you could be making this yourself. I'm just putting our little Parmigiano mixture on the back of the bread. What else are you doing?
I'm doing a little bit of a... Seasoning is so important, salt and pepper. And they have to make this beautiful mixture, though.
I love the style when you season.
You have
like,
to,
get
you have to
into
season
a vibe
like that.
there.
But you have to, you know, this. If you watch the cooking programs, it's so important, though. So there we go. I've got the mixture ready to go, ready to rumble.
So what I've done is I've put our Parmesan and clover creamonese mixture on the back of the bread, and we're going to turn it around, and you're going to put the mixture in the middle.
That's correct, because you want to be nice and liberal with this. You don't want like to have like sort of half flavors there. Also, try to be messy in the kitchen, which is great for cleaning up, because cleaning up is a family activity and also a
Exactly.
team building exercise for
Exactly,
you
that
and
you're
somebody
going to
special.
be doing alone by yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Close that up over there, and then we're going to pop it in our jaffle iron. Do you want to open that up?
That's correct.
Pop it there,
Go for it.
and then you're just going to cut off the edges.
That's right.
Close that baby. Close
Can
it
I
first.
here we go. Oh, yes, watch the hook
yes.
there. And this is it right over here.
This
Dun,
is it.
dun, dun,
Okay, do you want to put it over here so that we can
Yes.
just cut off these edges?
Oh, this
Look
is
at
incredible.
us. We are living our best lives right now. Once again, clover to 33728. We'll gladly send you your ingredients list and the link to the recipe, and you could be making this yourself. But if you want to see one more time how we made this delicious jaffle, check it out.
Whether you like your edges crusted shut or your bubbly cheese oozing out, there's no denying jaffles and toasties are the best comfort food. Now you can take them to the next level with this clover creamonese smoked chicken jaffle. For this recipe, you'll need 3/4 cups of clover creamonese, 8 slices of white bread, 1 cup of shredded smoked chicken, 1/2 cup of grated mozzarella, 1/4 cup chopped pepper dews, 1/4 cup grated Parmesan cheese, and salt and pepper. In a small mixing bowl, add 1/4 cup clover creamonese and Parmesan cheese, mixing well to combine. In another mixing bowl, add the smoked chicken, 1/2 cup of clover creamonese, mozzarella, pepper dews, season with salt and pepper, and mix well to combine. Spread each slice of bread with a small amount of Parmesan and clover creamonese mixture. Next, place your 4 slices with the Parmesan and clover creamonese mixture face down. Then, fill each slice with the smoked chicken mixture and close the sandwiches with the remaining bread slices, Parmesan and clover creamonese mixture facing upward. Place your sandwich into the jaffle iron and cook over a medium to high heat for 5 minutes or until golden brown. Repeat the process to cook the remaining sandwiches and enjoy them while they're warm and the cheese is oozing.
Made with love by Clover.
Made with love indeed. And here we go, our completed jaffle ready to be enjoyed. And it's absolutely delicious. Of course, with creamonese, it just takes it to that next level. Hey?
There's something special about it because, I mean, you do know the creamonese has a little bit of that clover cream in it, though, to
Yeah.
make it a bit more unctuous, and no MSG added. It's absolutely beautiful, incredible. There's even a lovely, healthy element to it. And this is essentially
I'm
what you
breaking
get,
it.
is that...
There you go.
Shall we just take a bite,
Let's
though?
take cheers.
Okay, cheers,
Well
though.
done.
Let's...
Amazing.
Creamonese is the only mayonnaise with clover cream. Made with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
So we've got Meg Faure in studio this morning for a brand new segment where we are looking at life through the eyes of a mom. Today, a brand new mom or mom-to-be, and we are talking about pregnancy doubt. We've also posted a brilliant question online. Were you expecting a boy and got a girl, or vice versa? But right now, before we get to that poll, we've got a caller online. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, very well. And yourself, Graham?
I'm very good, thanks. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Who am I talking to?
You're speaking to Fez.
Dude, thank you so much for phoning in. What is your comment, your question? Were you expecting a girl and had a boy, or vice versa?
No. When my wife fell pregnant and the first time I felt the baby move in the womb, I laid my hands on it and it's like, just to feel the movement, and I took my hands off and I said, that's a girl.
Ah.
And that was before the scans were done or anything. And I'm like, no, that's a girl. And my wife said, no, it can't be, man. You know, it's a boy, because she had 2 boys before that. And I'm like, no, that's a girl. Trust me, that's a girl. And for the whole pregnancy, I was actually right. When we went for the scan and eventually we found out, and I've got 4 girls, and all my girls were predicted by first movements in the womb. Take my hands off, that's a girl coming out.
Do you not want a boy? Were you not a little bit disappointed that you couldn't throw a lad into the mix?
You know, not really, because, you know, fathers and daughters have a very, very unique connection. Like mother and sons, they have a very unique connection.
Yeah.
And me and my daughters, we're all very close to each other. And, you know, I don't treat them any different because they're a girl. I try to raise them like, you know, you're going to have a bit of the manly side to it, and you're going to have a little bit of the feminine side to it. So you're going to be a bit of a tomboy. You're going to know about car engines and electronics, and you're going to know about how to cook in the
You're
kitchen.
going to look
well.
after yourself. I absolutely love that. I can hear
Exactly.
your emotion in the voice, man. The apples of your eye.
I
Thank
love
you
my
so
girls.
much for that,
I
man.
love my girls.
Oh,
Thank
man,
you
that
for
is
a great
beautiful.
Show, eh? Have a good day.
Oh, thank you so much, my friend. You too. I'm very sweet. He has the baby sense, Meg. He might
he
have the
does.
baby sense.
And that connection between dad and daughter, you really cannot discount. You can hear the connection in his voice, and you know he will frame for his daughters how they must be cherished later on by their husbands, and that's a very important relationship, really.
I love that. I'm going to ask my team to bring the poll up very quickly here so we can just see where we stand. And while we do that, okay, I had a boy but wanted a girl. Ooh, I had a girl but wanted a boy. What's wrong with the boys? Why does no one want a boy? We're actually really simple, easy to get along with. I didn't mind 68%. I must say, I have to fall on a different scale there, because I was terrified at having a girl, but that was all my baggage.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt I would have loved a little girl, but I really do love my boy. I'm going to ask you to think about something now as we take a bit of a break and before the final segment, is when that doubt actually kicks in, and what brings that on. Is it purely physical? Is it an emotional? Is it psychological? And again, we'd love to hear from you. 021 4309 881.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
So welcome back. We are now really loving, I have to say, it's a bit self-indulgent, a new segment on parenthood, in particular for new moms and moms-to-be. We are talking to Meg Faure, and we are getting into that pressure that comes with pregnancy. When does the pressure first kick in? Is there a particular phase that it's normally associated to?
Yeah. So the pressure will kick in sometimes even before you've fallen pregnant, where there's pressure to actually have a baby. And a lot of people who have fertility issues will feel that pressure acutely because there's this expectation, and why aren't you bringing me a grandchild? And actually it's something that you can't manage yourself, you're not in control of. But often pressure mounts through you as you go through pregnancy. And as you approach birth, it kind of mounts to a point where, society's expecting some things from you. You're terrified because what lies on the other side of birth, you don't know if you're going to be a good enough parent. And if you've had a jaded parenting background before that, like if you've come from a broken home or from a parent situation that might have been abusive, you'll worry about whether or not you'll be a good parent. So that pressure definitely mounts through pregnancy. And for most moms, if they're honest, there's a bit of anxiety around, am I going to be good enough for this amazing life that I'm bringing?
I'll tell you right now, you will be, because you're a natural. I love that. We've got Vicky on the line from Cape Town. Vicky, a very good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, good and you?
Very good, thanks. What would you like to add to the
So
conversation?
I'm actually pregnant at the moment. And we're going
Congrats.
for, thank you, the second one. And we're actually going for a scan on next week, and we'll find out the sex of the baby. But I am convinced that I'm having a boy. I've got a girl. And the reason why is because I've had such an awful pregnancy that I can only but compare it with my daughter, who was much easier. This one, I've had morning, all-day sickness for about 6 weeks now. So I'm convinced it's a boy. But I could be wrong, but for me, boys give you trouble from the beginning, I think. So.
Look, I'm not going to argue with your reason. Even though my male brain is telling me to, I'm not going to argue with you,
Yeah.
sister. Will you be disappointed if it's not a boy? Do you want a balance of boy-girl?
Not at all.
Oh, man, all the best of luck. Stay happy,
Thanks
stay
so much,
healthy,
yeah.
and enjoy it. Enjoy celebrating that scan, whatever it is. Most probably a boy, because you say it is. I'm just going to
Yeah.
agree. Loved hearing about that. Maybe we can round off with something for the fathers, because I felt a lot of doubt, but it's amazing how that was just expunged when little Jack arrived in the world. But what's your message to would-be fathers? You've spoken a lot about the archetypes in that space.
I think it's very important they get involved right from the beginning. And our first caller, who has his hands on the mum's tummy, connecting with his baby as she moves, that's your first real connection, because dad's a little bit more removed in the early part of pregnancy. Mum's feeling the
bit
symptoms.
of a third wheel, yeah.
Exactly. And then once the baby's born, get properly involved. Take over some role of the day, like bath time, or changing the nappies, or doing the burping after breastfeeds. There you go. So be involved, because the more involved you are, the more you'll get out of your baby, and the more connected you and your baby will be. So just get in there, dads.
It gives you so much. I can't imagine not being involved. So let's take one last look at our awesome poll this morning. Again, the boys are lagging behind. I had a boy but wanted a girl. I had a girl but wanted a boy. Just 14%, man. What's wrong with boys? And I didn't mind, thankfully, winning out the day at 68%. I can tell you, whatever your preconceptions are about having a child, and I know Meg can testify to this as well, so much changes when that little bundle of joy actually does arrive. And especially to new moms, you are built for this. You are made to be a mom. So get rid of those doubts in whatever way you can. If you're a family or a husband or someone involved, release some of that pressure and just enjoy the ride. It really is something so special.